right, but yeah, just being swift with it, making a statement, making a stand, you know.
Caitlin Clark and the Connecticut Sun fan has been leaked, and none other than Teresa Weatherspoon is the latest coach to lose their job.
Rachel DeMenta says some in the WNBA are jealous of Caitlin Clark's popularity. Could this be fueling the toxic fan behavior we're seeing? Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a WNBA superstar. It may not look like it, but there is a bigger problem in the stands that puts players in danger. There are fans out there who want to bring down the league's best players. Would you believe me if I said that? The reason for it will surprise you. We can talk about this person who read the Connecticut Sun and was interested in Caitlin Clark. It wasn't your typical buy on the spur of the moment. There was clear pride in this man's work. Is it possible? He was happy that he had made Clark feel bad, and he told his other fans about it. There are big problems with that person. They're not a real fan. Even worse, there are a lot of these bad apples. The whole crop over there is dying. Particularly mean things were said about Dear Hammy when she was in court with the Las Vegas Aces. Some fans of these players seem to be looking for a chance to insult them. This might make you wonder, why is everyone so negative these days? But Rachel DeMenta, a WNBA expert, has an amazing idea. She says that behind the scenes, she is jealous of stars like Caitlin Clark. Is it possible? Some people are really mad that she's making the league more well known. DeMenta said this about it. For some reason, I cannot get around calling it anything other than that. Isn't it crazy? There are some people who are annoyed by a growing star who is drawing more attention to the game, which is rather sad. There will be one more strange event.
For some reason, I cannot get around calling it anything else but that because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season.
Fans of either team or foes of the other team share this view. It is true what DeMenta says. These bad exchanges happen all the time. Some people say they are WNBA fans, but it looks like they really just want to make trouble.
We got Rachel DeMenta actually talking about Caitlin Clark fans, setting the tone for the next phase of this video.
To me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part of it. Because with Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs.
It's strange that some of the noisiest fans are actually making it harder for the league to win. It looks like they'd rather see new stars form than the whole thing fall apart. But what scares me the most is, the game is in danger because of the bad fan culture of many of these so-called fans.
There are still certain people within the WNBA who want the league to grow, but they don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face.
Even though they say they love the game, people who should be cheering for the WNBA's best players are always picking on them. This makes me wonder how the league can grow and do well. Not just making venues safer is now important. Losing its sense of self has been very hard on the league. Who are the real followers anyway? There is a lot of bad in the world. How can we make our community more positive? Officials in the WNBA are thinking about these worries late at night. The judges are moving around a lot, but the players aren't staying quiet. Imagine if the courtroom, not the business, was where the answer to bad fan behavior lay. Some of the best WNBA stars will talk to fans, and the game will never be the same again. Who is in charge? It's too good to be true. Brittany Griner and Angel Reese, two of the WNBA's most famous players, have had enough. They're not just whining, they want something to be done. Griner has an idea which you might not think of. It sounds like she's talking about better ways to handle social media. Yes, you did hear that. She knows that's where a lot of bad habits begin, so she wants to get rid of it there. Griner is not being messed with. She says that whoever is spreading hate needs to be taken out right away. Griner cares about more than just the players, which is surprising. She is thinking about it in a bigger picture way. She says it's all about likes, all about the number of comments, no matter how good or bad those comments or likes are. She is attacking the structure that makes people negative.
It's all about likes, it's all about the number of comments, no matter how good or bad those comments or likes are. That's right, but yeah, just being swift with it, making a statement, making a stand,
Will Reese be okay? Besides that, she is being honest. She is tired of her fans bothering her all the time. She stated, "I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it." How would you feel if someone hated you that much just because you did your job? But Reese isn't just saying what she thinks. The whole league is behind her. She needs everyone to be in a safe place. She added, "We all deserve to play in a safe guard like I deserve to be here and play and not have to worry about racial and just sexist comments." That's some pretty strong stuff. Not long ago, they were probably wondering, okay, but what can two players really do? Listen to me though. People pay attention when two well-known people, Griner and Reese, speak out. In addition to being sports, they have become strong people who others can look up to and who can bring about change. Under the top of their plan, something big could be happening. We want the WNBA to completely change how they handle bad behavior from fans. Imagine a league where players are supported and encouraged and where doubters are quickly shut down before they can do any harm. This goal is what these athletes are fighting for. It also goes beyond just making things better for the current players. This changes the way the WNBA moves forward. Think about this. Teen sports will look for a league that encourages positivity and looks out for its players. This could help the WNBA get even more talented players.
Dealing with the WNBA, I feel like they is not equipped for all of this stuff that is about to transpire in this league.
What changes everything, though, is that Griner and Reese are not just talking about getting punished. They want people to change the way they think. They want to make a place where fans can connect with each other in a positive way while still focusing on the game and the amazing people who play it. Players want things to get better, and an abrupt coaching change has shook the game. The shocking news about the Chicago Sky has shocked the whole basketball world. A lot of people love Teresa Weatherspoon, but she was fired as head coach of the women's basketball team. This shocking news rocked the WNBA and shocked both players and fans.
Guys, her coach was fired late last night, broke the internet. We finna dive into it right. Kayla Clark and the Connecticut Sun fan has been leaked, and none other than Teresa Weatherspoon is the latest coach to lose their job.
Someone might ask, wait a minute, Teresa Weatherspoon, the stories. That's right, yes. But this isn't just any bust we're talking about. Weatherspoon is great in the WNBA and in the Hall of Fame. She has also taught other players how to play. Many people are interested in what's really going on behind the scenes since she left so quickly. At this point, though, things start to get interesting. This news shocked Angel Reese, a talented young basketball player. We're talking about broken hearts here. There was more between Reese and Weatherspoon than their love of basketball. They were student and guide. Reese wrote on social media about how shocked and upset she was. "I'm sick to my stomach," she wrote online to show how upset she was. Comments like, "Why her?" show how much pain people are feeling.
So she put out this tweet right before the news came out that Teresa Weatherspoon was actually fired from the Chicago Sky.
You might be thinking why the Chicago Sky is being so mean right now. That's where things start to get tricky though. There is an emotional side to you. Weatherspoon was more to Reese and the other players than just a coach to them. But there's also the horrible, cruel truth about professional sports. The great NBA player Dwyane Wade also has a stake in the Chicago Sky. He sees things in a very different way. Wade is only interested in one thing, winning. He said that things needed to change and that the goal should now be success. Adding something like, "Listen, we respect Weatherspoon's legacy, but this is a problem in the end." These differing views show how the WNBA is under a lot of pressure. There is a human element with trainers like Weatherspoon giving people support, guidance, and ideas. But the harsh realities of professional sports are the constant drive to get better, the push to perform, and the need for results. Whatever it is, what is completely silly? It does this all the time. Do you remember what we talked about when we talked about fan safety and player safety? But this change in teaching is happening at the same time as all of that. It looks like the WNBA can never get anything right. As soon as a problem is fixed, a new one comes up. But the truth is that this change might be good for the game. Is this a story to teach us something? A wake-up call that even famous players are subject to the stresses of professional sports?
Pretty much everybody connected to this league blaming Kayla Clark fan base for the hate a lot of these players has been receiving. Is now blaming Kayla Clark fan base for all of the hate that is currently going on in this league. No, bruh. At the end of the day, y'all been doing a lot of weird stuff.
This is why the WNBA is making people think about what's important. Take that into account. around. For your younger players, Reese is a great example of what the league can be. They need help and people to look up to. This league needs to get bigger, though, if it wants to stay competitive and get more people. There must be a middle ground between the two. That subject has come up a lot because of the Weatherspoon case. It's no longer enough to just focus on one boss or team. This is about the league's future as a whole. Would they always put winning first? Then again, is there a place for teachers like Weatherspoon to help players grow? Okay, let's end this now. We've seen it all. Players reacting to bad behavior, strange fan attacks on Caitlin Clark, and now Teresa Weatherspoon being fired. The WNBA seems to be unstoppable. But what does this mean for the future of basketball for women? That is the real question.